To all my black entrepreneurs, we gotta do better, y'all. So tune in to the EntrepreNUBIANS Podcast, where we help build better black businesses.
What up, y'all?
And this week we are blessed to have our guest, Miss Suzann Christine.
Sue that.
You already do that. Yo, this is the only person I know that got like a cult following. No matter where she go, you hear people screaming Sue that. So I'm like, what is going on around here?
She
I love it.
Beehive.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's the Sue Hive or something. We gotta get a name for it or something because it's crazy.
Hashtag Sue that.
Yes.
Hashtag Sue that.
Everything.
SUDAT. Sue that.
People know that. They really know that. They're like, Sue that. I'm like, wow.
Sue that. Sue that.
We branded the mess out of that.
Yeah, for real. Seriously.
That's very good branding.
Yes.
That's exactly the type of stuff we're going to be talking about today. Business and branding and just the stuff behind the artistry.
Word.
So, yeah, let's get into it. Tell us about who Suzann Christine is and the business behind the artistry of Suzann Christine.
Yes. Well, Suzann Christine is a singer, a songwriter, a vocalist, entrepreneur.
Don't forget manager.
Word.
Yeah.
Indeed. Definitely about the community. You know, community activism is where I have a big heart for the community. And I'm an educator as well. And, I'm just here shining my light and fulfilling the purpose that was given to me. You know, that's who Suzann Christine is.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm going to tell y'all one thing. The reason why I interrupted and said manager, because I don't know nobody who could book themselves for everything.
Yeah, booking agent too.
Me and Trace pop up and we hear somebody singing. That sound like Suzann. We walk back. Oh, it is Suzann. She be everywhere, y'all. Everywhere.
Matter of fact.
Yeah.
One time we were in the casino.
We just in the casino. Just walking.
We into like, let's go down the casino. What was it? The Sugar House?
Yeah.
At the time it was the Sugar House.
Yeah.
We down there chilling. Let's go get something to eat.
Man.
We walking in the restaurant. Suzann Christine is singing on the stage. I'm like, yo, that's so
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Listen, I do not discriminate when it comes to sharing my voice. That's just it. Period. Right. You know what I mean? I just believe that my art can be shared or my gift can be shared in every situation, every location. I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm like in the subway and sharing it there, or if I'm on a big festival stage, you know, or I'm at the casino, or I'm at the church, or
at the game, the NBA game.
At the NBA
Let's
stadium,
talk about that.
you know, it don't matter.
Like, she didn't even mention that, y'all. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's get right into that.
All right.
The Sixers game.
Nope, we're gonna talk about that too. While we haven't been at the Sixers game yet.
Time out.
Yeah, whoa.
It wasn't the Sixers. I know it was a Nets game.
Yeah.
But I thought they were playing the Sixers, and I thought it was in New York.
Nope. You saw me with the Nets versus Milwaukee Bucks.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's major.
Yes.
So how did that come about?
So, I mean, you know. Well, all right, I have an assistant. Usually how it works is, you know, myself or people I'm connected to give me contacts. You know, they give us contacts. They do their research. And we had the contact for the Nets from a few years ago. Because I actually did a Nets game back in 2019. And it was more like a preseason game then, because they were playing Brazil. Okay. So we still had that connect.
Well, now you got Brazilians listening to Sue that.
You already know. And we just reached back out again now that, you know, things started slowing down with, you know, they lifted a lot of things in the stadiums in New York. Like it's easy to move around and make things happen. Yeah. So we reached back out again and, you know, sent them the video just to refresh their memory, make sure they remember who I was. And, yeah, they gave us a date and they put us on the calendar. Yes, we want you back. Da da da.
That's crazy.
So
you killed it, by the way.
Yes,
thank you.
Yes,
that the way you ended it off. I don't want to spoil it, but y'all gotta watch Sue's national anthem at the Nets Bucks game. It was crazy. The ending was crazy.
Yes.
Reggie Miller followed you.
Reggie Miller
and
followed
reposted
me.
it.
Reposted his view of me singing the anthem.
nice.
You know.
Yeah.
Somebody who practices very little ninja business.
Very little. Probably none at this point.
As we are going to point out in this episode.
Yes.
And y'all going to really get to see Tiffany Barrett and her husband and the way they operate their business.
Yes.
Magic V-Steam. We got this joint gonna be
It's
different.
gonna be good. So all week long, y'all, we went to Tiffany's warehouse, the Magic V-Steam warehouse. Went up there, took a tour. She told us about everything. So in this first piece of it, you guys are gonna see what the Magic V-Steam is, what it's all about. So we're going to get right into it.
Yeah.
And we'll be back.
We'll be back, y'all. Magic V-Steam time.
Hey guys, we're here with Miss Tiffany Barrett at the Magic V-Steam warehouse. We're on the road today. Hey y'all, hey Tiff.
How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right?
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Oh, thank you for coming up. I mean, how was the drive?
It was smooth. It was super smooth, yeah.
Yeah, and early in the day it's usually smooth.
Yeah.
Now
was
later
rolling,
on,
too.
that's good.
We was rolling, right?
Yeah, this
Y'all know
one
I
right
do
here.
this drive 2 times a week, so I be tired of it. But thank you for coming. This is our lobby and reception area.
Very nice.
You know, we just trying to show people a little bit of what we got going on. We don't do any retail sales here in the building, but we have the capability to. Because our address is online, like if you put Magic V-Steam in Google Maps, it'll pull up our address. I like to have the capability for someone, if they want to buy something, they can, but that was not the goal. The goal was not for this space to be a retail space. It's for it to be fully functional and operational as a warehouse. As we grow, when we started in the basement, and then we moved into this space, and we have not outgrown it yet, though I definitely see that happening within the next year with all the plans that we have for next year.
That's exciting.
Yes, exciting, you know. So I'm gonna take y'all on a little tour.
Is this V-Steams we have over here? What is it?
Yeah, these are our steamers. This is our flagship product. So we started the business with just this steamer and these herbs here. So that's all we had for the first year that we were in business. We didn't have any other products. We had the lavender steamer and the Magic V Universal Blend. The next product we dropped in January of 2021 was the Serenity Blend of herbs, which I compiled and formulated myself. It has a little bit of a different purpose than the Universal Blend. And then we rolled out a bunch of other products after that. We didn't do this steamer. This was Juneteenth. The all black steamer. Mm-hmm. We did that for Juneteenth of last year. So Juneteenth of 2021, we launched the all black steamer. We launched it for 2 reasons. Steaming is also good for men, especially if they have hemorrhoids. So we wanted to have a steamer that would appeal to men, even though we don't market it to them, because that's not my specialty. So I don't like to sell or market anything that I can't back people up with the information on how to use it properly, right? But as far as hemorrhoids, it's just steam. And they can steam with either of the herbs. So I do leave that option open on the table. And then there were some women who just didn't like this lavender color. They didn't like the lavender or pink. So we went with the all black, and it's doing really, really well.
How well does it work for men? Not that I have hemorrhoids.
I'm asking for a friend.
I'm asking for a friend.
It works really well for men and women, because here's the thing. The number one reason that vaginal steaming is used around the world is for postpartum healing. So a lot of women, when they get pregnant, they get hemorrhoids. So that's how the correlation happened with us understanding, it helps for hemorrhoids as well. Anytime you have a herb that has an astringent quality or an anti-inflammatory quality, it's going to shrink the hemorrhoids and bring them back up into the body. So it works well for anyone. An anus is an anus, right? Yeah. It doesn't matter who's it's attached to. Mm-hmm.
And we are excited, guys, because we have the Will Thoms with us today.
Like 3 E's.
With 3 E's.
For the third E
like
on that
nigga D-Stein with 2 E's, he got 3 E's.
Yeah, my man get 3 E's.
3 E's.
Will Thoms
yes.
of Rec Philly. Shout out to Rec Philly.
Yes.
Shout out to Will Thoms. Thank you for joining us on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Such a great, down-to-earth, humble young brother, man. Nothing but respect for you.
Thank you, brother.
Please talk to our audience and tell them everything that you do.
Everything? Everything?
Well, everything you want to tell them. Yeah. They know it's segmented. So
sure.
They know they're going to get it as it comes. But yeah.
No, I got you. Sure. Well, first and foremost, thank you guys for having me.
Yes.
Definitely a fan of what y'all do. And like I said, when I first got here, I'm like, yo, y'all really bring it. I'm very impressed. So yeah, my name is Will Thoms. I'm the co-founder, Chief Creative Officer of Rec Philly.
CCO.
Yes, CCO.
Yeah, that's different right there.
Yes, sir.
Chief Creative Officer.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, what a title.
Yeah, and what we do is so unique, right? The model itself is definitely, an innovative one that hasn't really been done the way that we do it. So making sure that, the vision of the company is really lived out in the day-to-day and all the things that we do. That's really what my main role is. You could also think about me as like Chief Product Officer. So when it comes to like what is the experiences that members get with our membership, right? What's in the space? Do we have everything that folks need? The education that we're sharing, that really comes through my lens, right? Oh, wow. But Chief Creative Officer is the title. Put a little swag on it.
That's right. Man. That's right.
That's dope, man.
So, I'm Chief Creative Officer of Rec, by day, by night, also a content creator myself, newly an author, Forbes 30 Under 30 winner, which was a blessing. Yep. And that's just...
I got to shake your hand again on that one.
No doubt.
You got Forbes and your name in the same sentence.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah, Forbes 30 Under 30, and something I'm very proud of, that's specifically in the social impact category.
Okay.
So they divide up the list based off of industries. So
meaning you had that much of a social impact that you made the Forbes list.
Right. For not only obviously like the numbers, right, and what the business model was able to do, but the actual impact of the business as well.
Wow.
Right. So when you think about REC, and I'm sure maybe we'll talk about it a little bit more, but REC is an acronym, Resources for Every Creator. And on the surface, it's about making sure that creators have access to all of the tools they need, the education and the community. But underneath that, really for me, I think of it as an economic development model. What happens when entrepreneurs like ourselves get access to all the things we need to be able to really build our businesses in a much more efficient manner, to be able to own equity in what we're doing, and to be able to own our future, right? So they recognized us as 30 Under 30, both myself and my business partner, just last year, 2021.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
And it was right before my 30th birthday, too. So I
there
really
you
snuck in there.
You just made it.
So that was a blessing.
Yeah.
And then, outside of that, I'm
now
also...
you could be on a 30 over 30.
I can, right? I might have a 40 under 40 inside, right?
Yeah, that's right. Campaign for it.
Yeah, so there's that. And then, outside of, my role at REC, also, just a lover of my community. So I'm heavy in... activism where I can. One of the founding members of a group called the Big Cleanup, which is essentially just a group of creatives who go out and clean different neighborhoods around the city. It was it was really a response to everything happened with the uprisings after the death of George Floyd, and all that stuff. So, I'm just out here doing what I can and just a young black man trying to walk in my purpose and, build generational wealth doing it.
Is the Big Cleanup a nonprofit organization?
Yeah, the Big Cleanup is a nonprofit. And it's really, like I said, it's one of those things where we just organize a bunch of young creatives to say, yo, who's going to clean up our neighborhoods after, everything that was happening, a couple Junes ago. And for us, it was just one of those things where it's like, how do we show solidarity and say, yo, we're not waiting on nobody to come and clean up our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
We're not waiting for the city. We're not waiting for any of these other nonprofits or whatever. It was like, yo, let's just go show someone what happens when, you know, you see me from Germantown, but I'm up, you know, maybe in West Philly cleaning somebody's grandmother's steps, to just show people that it's like, yo, we care about each other, and that's really all we need at the end of the day.
Yes.
You know, so we formalized that into a nonprofit, but it really was just a passion project for us at first. But, you know, I do things like that. I also sit on the board of a few nonprofits. Mostly are all about making sure that we're given access to our people for what we need. Things like, you know, making sure our neighborhoods are not food deserts, right? So I sit on the board of a couple urban farms.
Nice.
Really just showing people how we can really understand our roots as folks who can manifest anything out of this earth, right?
Yes.
So a lot of things like that, food sovereignty, etc. But yeah, you know, that's me, man. I'm just someone who's
this is a dope brother.
Right? He's like super well rounded. Like everything is checked. Like I can be a creator, check.
Yeah.
I can do this, check. Like that's dope. That's
Thank
so
you.
dope.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So tell us about your partner.
Yeah.
Your Rec Philly business partner.
Yeah, so my business partner, his name is Dave Silver.
Okay.
Dave and I have been best friends since 10th or 11th grade.
Wow.
So we went to high school together and really just hit it off because, you know, there's so many things that we're aligned on as far as like what we want for ourselves and of ourselves, but culturally very different. You know, so when we met in high school, we met in a science class, and it was one of those Johns where, you know, the teacher was like, yo, we're going to do group projects. So because our last names are so close to each other, him Silver, me being Tom's, we ended up sitting next to each other in multiple classes that year. Right. And we really built a friendship because that science class, we did a group project, and we were like, yo, let's just make a video. Bonded over media, everything creative, and it was just dope to be able to be like, you know, a young kid coming from the inner city. I just moved out to the burbs to go to high school, met this young Jewish guy, and I'm like, yo, I don't know nothing about you, your culture, but through that project, it was like, yo, you're really gifted at these things over here, I have these gifts over here, and they complement each other so well. And before we graduated high school, we decided we were going to build a business. And didn't know what it would look like, but we knew that it would do two things. One, it would serve creative people, and two, it would make the world a better place. And yeah, some odd years later,
y'all right in line. Here's Rick.
Yeah.
Oh my God.